Disney Marvel fans, who there might not be so many of you out there. This is Chris Bolts coming in with a video on this upcoming Fantastic Four film, which apparently Disney is just allergic to money. They are allergic to money. They have not learned their lesson. But before I get into the content, just remember to please like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that good stuff will help me out. And this is coming courtesy of an article from Entertainment Weekly. Welcome to the retro future inside the Fantastic Four's first steps into the MCU, which frankly, nobody, I don't know if anybody really wants this at this point in time. I think they kind of sucked up all the excitement of this movie out. And it's basically just based on two different quotes here. Now, first things first, normally I would like to try to keep my channel focused on, let me close that off. I got a phone call there. I like to keep my channel focused on anime and stuff like that. But when things like this just erupt out of the blue, I have to go ahead and cover it. I did build my channel originally as anime, entertainment, gaming, all that stuff. But it's just Disney is not willing to learn its lessons or anything like that. There's not that much hype for the Thunderbolts that's coming out. There was an article that said the Thunderbolts is eyeing a very soft opening of 70 million. Now that may there were really good test screening scores for the movie, so that might not prove out over time as we get closer to the movie. Because look, a good example is Minecraft was viewed to be soft, but that movie turned out to be a buster. But the reason why Minecraft turned out to be a blockbuster is because Minecraft gave the fans what they want. They satisfied the Minecraft fans, and the Minecraft fans basically showed up. That's not going to be the case here with Fantastic Four First Steps. First of all, they already messed up casting this man right here as Pedro Pascal is not Reed Richards at all. No one buys him as the smartest man on earth. No one, absolutely no one. No one buys him as the smartest man on earth. Then they revealed the trailer, and the trailer was okay. I am not, this is going to be the Thing. This guy right here. And I guess apparently because he didn't want to just be a mocap actor, he needed to voice the Thing as well. His voice does not match the Thing. The Thing's voice needs to be much more gruffier. Needs to be sound more like rocks, kind of like the way that the Thing from the first Fantastic Four movie way back in the early 2000s that was played by the great Michael Chiklis. Michael Chiklis made his voice sound a little more gruffy to match the voice. But of course, even still, Michael Chiklis does look like the Thing. Not saying he's an ugly man or anything like that, but he had the essence of it. When you look at this guy, does he look like the Thing to you? Does he look like the Thing to you? Obviously not. The only casting I think that they got right off the bat is Vanessa Kirby. Vanessa Kirby does look like a Sue Storm, but I think she's a little older. I wish they would have gone a little younger, but she's beautiful. She's blonde. So notice, by the way, that she's not next to Mr. Pedro Pascal over here. There was a back when they first announced the movie, there was when he got on stage, he started like nibbling at her and everything and moving his hands all about her body, and she had grabbed his hand and held it down and held it in place. And I think that probably caused some tension there, but that's just my interpretation of it. But back to this article right here. Now, this is a very long article. Not going to go through all of it, not going to read all of it, but two things popped out that has just captured the attention of everybody, which gives an idea of where this movie is going to be heading. The first quote that I got was, or that came across for me, was from what Vanessa Kirby said, how she is going to be portraying Sue Storm in this particular version of the Fantastic Four. And let me go ahead and see if I can find that quote here in this article. Let's see here. Right here. Now, let's just read this entire quote right here. And unfortunately, it's also titled The Old and the New. I tell you, people, this modern America really does not have reverence for the past. They view the past with such contempt. These people have created nothing of their own, but are so eager to take on what was created in the past and to mold it into something that is completely alien to anyone that has any reverence for these franchises that have been created. So again, the title here is The Old and the New, and this is from Vanessa Kirby, who's playing Sue Storm. But this starts off with Entertainment Weekly first. Achieving global political peace sounds only slightly, let me blow that up a little better. Achieving global political peace sounds only slightly harder than synthesizing the decades-long fictional history of Sue Storm as Marvel's first female superhero, which, by the way, they don't give her any kudos for that. She been that, and someone's not a copy editor. She has been part of the Fantastic Four since its first issue. Well, I wonder why. It's a family affair. But back then, she carried the relatively demeaning code name of Invisible Girl, could only turn herself invisible, and mostly functioned as a damsel of distress. Hardcore Fantastic Four fans will take issue with that. And I just got through watching a video from Comics Explained, who was talking about the comic when Franklin Richards was first introduced. And in that particular comic, Sue Storm actually turned out to be the hero because she happened to be the mother. She could recognize who Franklin Richards was. I will find that video and I will link to Comics Explained video in that. But she was never treated as a damsel in distress. That's these idiots of today listening to that. Invisible Girl, the name is also not demeaning. Her power is she could turn invisible. What else would she be called? Oh, we should call her Invisible Woman. Oh, that's better in your view? But I digress. Here's Vanessa Kirby. If you played an exact 60s Sue today, everyone would think she was a bit of a doormat. No, Vanessa Kirby says. So figuring out how to capture the essence of what she represented to each generation, where the gender politics were different, and embody that today was one of the greatest joys of this. So basically, she's going to be giving her own interpretation based on her modern day view of what a woman is, which is not going to be portrayed pretty well in this movie. I don't think. And then here she is again. Matt and I were really aware that there hasn't really been a mother with a baby in these superhero archetypes women have been getting. Kirby says, one of the things I love most from Sue's history is when she becomes Malice and all her dark stuff comes out. What is up with women and their infatuation with evil and with witchcraft? I was obsessed with that chapter of her life. So no, don't be obsessed with her being a loving mother at home. Just want to be at home, take care of the children, take care of the family and everything like that. Or to be a supportive of her husband and his endeavors and to challenge him where it's necessary. No, I want to be in love with her. I became obsessed when she became malice. She became evil. She became vindictive, and she was self-centered and a narcissist, and only figured she mattered the most in life. So I wanted to make sure that there were tones of malice in there with her, that she wasn't just the stereotype of a goody sweet mother. What's wrong with the stereotype of a goody sweet mother? Don't most of us have a goody sweet mother? What other kind of mother would you want? What other kind of mother would you want? Feminism has messed up so many women in their head. And then she continues, I've always been really interested in the mess of femininity, and how can you be both? How can you be all the things? How about not trying to be all the things? Not just tough, invincible, powerful woman, but also a mother who gives birth, which itself is a superhero act. I love that these characters are real humans in a messy family who argue and try to work it out and get things wrong. But then you want to go ahead and mess up that entire formula. The Disney Marvel wants to mess up that entire formula. You know? And then let's go ahead and go over to the guy that's going to be playing Johnny Storm. This, what's his first name? Jonathan Quinn or something? Let's go up here. Yeah, Joseph Quinn. Joseph Quinn. He's going to be playing Johnny Storm. And of course, his entire point is he wants to destroy the character of Johnny Storm. Now, in the comics, Johnny Storm is a bit of a hothead, obviously, but he is also a bit of a womanizer. He loves women. He finds himself to be handsome because he is handsome. He's a heartthrob. Lots of women throw themselves at him. That's how Chris Evans played the character in the first Fantastic Four movies, and that selfishness of Johnny's character rubs all the other family members in the wrong way, especially Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm does not like Johnny's attitude. He thinks Johnny is too much of a carefree brat. But of course, Joseph Quinn says, no, we're not going to do that in this particular iteration. He, as in referring to Johnny Storm, is a man that leads with a lot of bravado, which can be an affront sometimes, but he's funny. Well, it's supposed to be an affront. That's Johnny Storm. Myself and Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige were speaking, and by the way, I don't like that locution right there, but I digress. We're speaking about previous iterations of him and where we are culturally. You know, you don't have to keep giving into the culture, especially when the culture is going in the wrong direction. He was branded as this womanizing devil-may-care guy, but is that sexy these days? A lot of women still find it sexy. I don't think so. This version of Johnny is less callous with other people's feelings, and hopefully there's a self-awareness about what's driving that attention-seeking behavior. Well, then that's going to play for a very, very boring movie, because a lot of people like Chris Evans' portrayal of Johnny Storm. I happen to like it. I liked it. Just imagine this, but all around the body. That was pretty cool and everything. I like that from the first movie, but that it's just, what is it that's going to be motivating Johnny to become a better character and to become a better hero in this movie? Oh, well, I got these powers, now I have to be good. I have to do better. That doesn't sound like it's going to be a good movie or anything like that. Johnny is a little brother of the Fantastic Four, Quinn knows, but that's not the only quality that defines him. Well, what else defines him? He is really smart. No, he isn't. He's not really that smart. He's on that spaceship for a reason, and I think sometimes people forget that in various comic stories, he's been one of the most heroic of them. And even if he's undercutting his heroes at times, at every turn through humor, he's Sue's brother, which means they are cut from a similar cloth. Except Johnny Storm, he's not stupid, but he wasn't there. I don't know. Frankly, I don't know why he was ever included in the original in that original crew. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Why was Johnny Storm on the spaceship as a backup pilot? There you go. That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. That's why he was. I was thinking. I knew Ben Grimm was a pilot, but I was like, well, Johnny Storm, was he a pilot too? There you go. It's confirmation. He was there as a pilot. Now, are pilots stupid? No. You got to still understand the various things about flight and all that and whatnot. Having an understanding about physics, basic understanding, but not to the extent of flying out into outer space, which is why Reed Richards was there. But it's just no. You're taking these characters and you're changing them around, and you're giving people something that is completely alien to who the Fantastic Four are. And then on top of that, you decided to go ahead and sex swap Silver Surfer. Instead of giving us Norrin Rad, you're giving us some chick because, hey, modern America. Hopefully you guys make her look really good in that. That'd be the only redeeming quality there. But other than that, what excitement I have for this movie has been basically drained out. But you guys jump in the comments, let me know what you think. Are you guys still excited for this bastardization of Fantastic Four? You want to see Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards? You want to see toned down Johnny Storm, a beta sounding Thing, and a boss girl Sue Storm? Jump down in the comments and let me know. And remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that good stuff helps me out. And remember, this is Chris Bolt signing out, and I will catch you in the next video. You guys take it easy.